Me now is Kentucky Congressman James Comer, chair of the House Oversight Committee. Chairman Comer, welcome back to the show. So Thursday's kind of the new beginning, I suppose you could say. And there's a couple things I want to ask surrounding this new beginning on Thursday. But basically one of them is, if you could tell our viewers, what is it you wish to accomplish now in the more formal setting of the impeachment inquiry regarding the Oversight Committee? What are you looking to get done, Mr. Comer?
Two things. First of all, we want to explain exactly what an impeachment inquiry is. And secondly, we want to go over all the evidence that we've accumulated thus far. Remember, Larry, our friends in the mainstream media are trying to create a false narrative that there's no evidence of wrongdoing by Joe Biden, and that's simply not the case. In the beginning, they tried to say there was no evidence of wrongdoing by any Biden, but I think that ship sailed, and the media has finally accepted that the president's son has committed, many crimes, many serious crimes. But this investigation isn't about the president's son. This is about Joe Biden, and that's what we hope to get across to the American people on Thursday.
Let's see. Your initial witnesses, forensic accountant Bruce Dubinsky, Justice Department's former Assistant Attorney General for Taxes, Eileen O'Connor, and well-known law professor at GWU, Jonathan Turley. What will you have them go through? Are they the ones who are going to review all of the evidence, or will they present new evidence, or how's this going to work out?
Well, I think you'll see over the next 48 hours, we're going to release some new evidence of wrongdoing by the Biden family. But with respect to the three witnesses, what we want from them is to answer questions from our panel. So we have 26 Republicans on the panel, and obviously there are 19 Democrats that'll continue to defend the indefensible by defending Joe Biden at all costs. But with respect to the 26 Republicans, we want to go over the evidence that we've accumulated thus far and ask each particular witness what their impression of this evidence is. So we have forensic auditors, forensic accountants that are going to be able to talk about the tax crimes. We have Jonathan Turley, who does a very good job talking about the violation of the Foreign Agents Registration Act. He talks about crimes that Joe Biden himself has committed. Then we've got the DOJ employee that can talk about the cover-up. Remember, there's two problems that we have here. We have the Biden crimes, and we have the Biden cover-up. So all three of these witnesses are going to be able to cover every angle of what we've been trying to present to the American people for the last several months.
Can I ask you, speaking of the Biden cover-up and the cover-up by Merrick Garland and others, I guess last Friday it was. Anyway, Merrick Garland, as you know, testified in front of Jim Jordan's Judiciary Committee and basically denied that there was any interference by him or presumably by Maine Justice in the investigations of David Weiss as a U.S. attorney, okay? And then Jason Smith of Ways and Means had uncovered the IRS agents, two IRS agents, who completely denied that and gave pretty hard evidence, pretty firm evidence, that the Justice Department had interfered. Now, where I'm going here, sir, is you got late last week, right after Merrick Garland spoke before Judiciary, two more IRS agencies corroborated the report that the Justice Department discouraged Mr. Weiss from charging Hunter Biden, okay? Two more. So you had the first two, and then you had the second two. 2 + 2 = 4 IRS agents. Yeah, and even in this woke period, 2 + 2 still equals 4. And when it comes to IRS agents, you have a lot of evidence that Merrick Garland was, to put it mildly, not telling the truth. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and how does that figure in your own investigations?
Well, it's a problem because, again, not only are we investigating the crime, we're investigating the cover-up. And with respect to what the IRS whistleblowers, the two initial ones testified, I believe them. Their stories never changed. But Weiss's stories changed many times about Merrick Garland's level of involvement. Now we have two more IRS whistleblowers that have come forward to to verify what the initial two whistleblowers testified. And I think that tomorrow, the Ways and Means Committee is going to release some more evidence that the whistleblowers dropped off to the Ways and Means Committee. So we'll be talking about that in our hearing on Friday. There certainly has been a cover-up, and it's not just with David Weiss's investigation of the Biden family. It's also with the National Archives. It's with the FBI. You know, we found the 1023 form that alleged Joe Biden took a bribe. Well, no one investigated that. Everyone was testified that they told to stand down. Then you've got a situation where with the National Archives, the general counsel was testified in a transcribed interview that he was told not to cooperate with our committee. All of these things are happening by someone at the Department of Justice. Now, whether it's Merrick Garland or not, I don't know, but thus far, I don't believe a lot of what Merrick Garland's told the American people.
So, Mr. Chairman, you will be releasing new evidence this week, and Chairman Jason Smith of Ways and Means will also be releasing new evidence. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And we will look forward to that. When will you put this out? Is it going to be Thursday? And when will Jason put it out?
Jason will put it out Wednesday, and we'll talk about it Thursday. We have some interesting transactions that'll be becoming public soon, hopefully, very soon. But at the end of the day, we already have mountains of evidence. And the thing that the media is going to regret is all the reporting and all the fake narratives that they've tried to create that there's no evidence. There's overwhelming evidence. There's overwhelming evidence, and we're going to continue to get more evidence, despite the fact that we're being obstructed by the Department of Justice, by Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's very expensive legal team. It's what I've said all along. This is like tracking a bleeding bear through a snowstorm. They've left evidence everywhere along the way, and we're just trying to put it together and present it to the American people.
Last one, Chairman Comer. There's a report, it was a newspaper report, actually, in the Washington Times. Susan Ferriccio was the reporter. And I've asked several people about this, but nobody's really nailed this down, so I'm going to give it my best shot with you. She's reporting that with respect to the statute of limitations regarding Hunter Biden's taxes, they couldn't go after him because either whoever let it lapse, Merrick Garland, David Weiss, I don't know, somebody let it lapse. But here's the argument, sir, and I want to get your opinion. She is saying that attorneys are telling her Hunter Biden never paid the back taxes. He never paid even current taxes. A lot of us thought he had paid. A lot of us thought this Los Angeles lawyer, this celebrity lawyer, or whoever it is, paid it. Maybe he paid some of it, but not all his taxes have been paid. Therefore, the statute of limitations can be waived, and they can go all the way back to whatever, 2014, 2015, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that would open up a lot of doors and a lot of investigations. And I just wondered, has anyone brought this line of reasoning to your attention? Can you comment on it?
Well, we've been told that his taxes were paid, that the IRS declared he owed, and the taxes that he owed was on the W-2 from Burisma. But what the IRS whistleblowers testified, Larry, you understand this, the financially illiterate media does not. All those shell companies, all those, $20+ million that the shell companies took in, they never paid any taxes on those. So his tax liability is significantly more than what he settled for. Now, it's my understanding that Beverly Hills lawyer made him current with the IRS. Now, that may not be true. That's just what I was told. But at the end of the day, that's only on what he was, the W-2. No one's ever paid taxes on the money that went through the shell companies. And you're talking about, we found over $20 million thus far. So you can do the math and see what he owes. The Bidens owe a lot more money than what he was initially hit with by the IRS.
Well, Chairman, I would just read the headline of this is Hunter Biden vulnerable to federal charges for unpaid taxes from his $1 million a year job in Ukraine. And I just wanted to see somebody run that down. I've asked a bunch of people about it. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention. It's a Washington Times story. About 3-4 days old. That's all it is. Anyway, I bring it to your attention because I'm not sure. You know, Hunter Biden. I mean, you can more investigations on taxes as well as the foreign transactions. Anyway, I don't want to keep you, sir. We look forward to your hearing on Thursday. We will look forward to your new evidence, and we appreciate your coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me, Larry.